You all know I play a few different games, but when I want to chill out and do something that challenges my brain, I love to play June's Journey. June's Journey is set in the 1920s, so it's got a very vintage vibe. Any of you who love to thrift and find hidden treasures from the past are really going to like the look of June's Journey. And don't forget, as always, June's Journey is completely free to download on mobile devices. Join over 30 million fans across the globe and awaken your inner detective with June's Journey. Download June's Journey for free by clicking the link below in the description of this video. June's Journey is available on Android and iOS mobile devices, as well as on PC through Facebook Games.
Hey, I'm Markeia. Want to hear something scary?
Bus to nowhere. In many cultures, honoring your ancestors is of paramount importance. However, some think learning about their family's traditions can be boring. But when you don't pay attention, there could be killer consequences. When Alan was 14, he visited Taiwan for the first time. His parents were from there, but he had never been, and they wanted to bring him back during the Hungry Ghost Festival so he could celebrate his fallen ancestors. Being from the United States, Alan was unfamiliar with just about everything in Taiwanese culture. During this month-long ghost festival, it was believed that ghosts haunted the island of Taiwan for the entire month because the gates of hell were opened on the first day, and the spirits were meant to disperse on the last day. In between, the ghosts had free reign. This was their chance for redemption. There were many rules for the living to follow during Ghost Month in order to avoid confrontation with these spirits. Alan was not familiar with many of these superstitions and did not take the ones he knew very seriously. One of the most revered superstitions was not to stay out after midnight. Being a teen, Alan didn't really follow a lot of rules, let alone ones for ghosts he didn't even believe in. He played along with his family as they did various traditions during the month, like when they burnt paper money on the first day of the month, and later on laid out food and drink offerings for spirits. But after they went to bed on the last night of the month, Alan finally decided to sneak out. On this particular night, many families light paper lanterns and send them down the river as a decoy to draw the ghosts away from their homes. The ghosts follow the lights and drift away from the families, eventually making their way back to hell. On this last night, Alan wanted to watch the paper lanterns. He thought they were beautiful and peaceful to watch. He wasn't afraid. Alan snuck out and made his way down to the riverbank, where he saw dozens of lanterns floating peacefully by. He sat down in the grass and watched. After a while, the temperature dropped significantly. He got a chill and goosebumps trickled down his spine. He shook it off and rubbed his arms together for warmth, but he just kept getting colder. Finally, he decided to give up and go back home. And just as he stood up, all of the lanterns blew out at once. Alan froze, looked around, and saw nothing but darkness. He didn't feel wind or water, anything that could have blown the lanterns out, just cold air and the darkness that now enveloped him. Until he saw ghosts. Suddenly, they were everywhere, surrounding him, swooping in, pulling his hair, his clothes, cackling with glee, screaming into his ears. Alan screamed in terror and ran from the riverbank, swatting at the ghosts like a swarm of bees that had engulfed him. He stumbled onto a road and ran down it until he reached a bus stop. The ghosts followed, taunting him, pulling at his arms and legs, tripping him, hurting him. Alan thought they were going to rip him apart, until suddenly a bus appeared out of nowhere. Alan sprang up and leapt onto the bus just as the doors opened, and as quickly as it had appeared, the bus took off. It moved so fast that Alan couldn't see where they were or what they were passing outside the windows. He caught his breath for a moment, relieved and shaken. He turned around to see who else was riding this bus at this late hour, but he saw no other people. No other living people, that is. As Alan scanned the rows behind him, dozens of ghosts appeared out of thin air, jeering and menacing. Alan felt his body temperature drop again and his muscles stiffen. He turned to shout at the driver to stop, but it was no use. The driver was a mangled ghost with one arm and a backwards-facing head. He stared at Alan as if he was his next tasty meal, and Alan screamed at the top of his lungs, knowing this was it. He was surrounded by ghosts, hungry ghosts, on the last night of the festival, and he had accidentally caught the ghost bus straight back to hell. Alan had a terrifying thought. You can't go to hell if you're still alive. And that's when the ghosts closed in on him, launching themselves from their seats and pouncing on Alan like a pride of lions on a gazelle. They tore him apart as the bus zoomed down to another dimension, returning all of the ghosts and the newly deceased Alan straight to hell, never to be seen again. We have an awesome Something Scary episode for you today, but before we get started, I just want to thank June's Journey for sponsoring this episode today. I really enjoy June's Journey. It has beautiful graphics and it's so much fun to play. You all know I play a few different games, but when I want to chill out and do something that challenges my brain, I love to play June's Journey. If you like mysteries and crime-solving podcasts, you're going to really have fun playing June's Journey, because there's always a murder and hidden secrets and objects to be uncovered before the mystery can be solved. June's Journey is set in the 1920s, so it's got a very vintage vibe. Any of you who love to thrift and find hidden treasures from the past are really going to like the look of June's Journey. And don't forget, as always, June's Journey is completely free to download on mobile devices. Check out the game right after you watch Something Scary. Join over 30 million fans across the globe and awaken your inner detective with June's Journey. Search for hidden objects and collect clues to solve the mystery. You'll have endless hours of fun with thousands of intricate scenes and new chapters every week. Download June's Journey for free by clicking the link below in the description of this video. June's Journey is available on Android and iOS mobile devices, as well as on PC through Facebook Games. If you'd like to submit a story, send me an email at somethingscary@snarled.com. Like and share this video if it gave you the chills. And don't forget to subscribe to Snarled and turn on the bell for notifications. And if you dare, follow me on social media. Until next time, my dark darlings, sweet dreams.